Is Senator Elizabeth Warren actively supporting a candidate who openly celebrates the idea of dead American veterans? It's a question that's shaking the foundation of her political standing, and it's one she seems entirely unable to answer. When you look at the track record of her preferred New England Senate hopeful, Graham Plattner, you have to ask yourself, does the senator know who she's backing, or does she simply not care? Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and ensures you get the truth behind the headlines. The scandal centers on Graham Plattner, a candidate who was, until very recently, being championed by the highest echelons of the Democratic Party. Plattner isn't just your average controversial figure, he is a man whose digital footprint reads like a catalog of modern radicalism. We're talking about a candidate who has been caught praising graphic, vulgar graffiti and, perhaps most bizarrely, sharing graphic admissions about his own private habits in public restrooms. But the rhetoric takes an even darker turn when you look at how he treats those who have served our country. When a video surfaced showing Teddy Daniels, a Purple Heart recipient and former Pennsylvania GOP lieutenant candidate, under siege in Afghanistan, most people saw a man fighting for his life. Graham Plattner saw something else. He saw a target. He publicly posted that the veteran didn't deserve to live and lamented the poor marksmanship of the Taliban for failing to kill him. This isn't just policy disagreement, this is a moral chasm that most people would find impossible to cross. Yet, when confronted with the reality of who Plattner is, Elizabeth Warren's response wasn't to condemn him. She was caught on video, clear as day, declaring him to be "my kind of man." The hypocrisy here is staggering, especially when you look at Warren's recent track record. Just last year, she sent a 33-page letter to Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, interrogating him over a Christian tattoo that featured the phrase Deus Vult. She questioned his fitness for office based on that symbol of faith, labeling it a potential threat. But when it comes to Plattner, who allegedly sports a chest tattoo featuring German Nazi imagery, the senator has been absolutely silent. Critics are now pointing out that the Democratic focus on white supremacy seems entirely performative, a political cudgel used only when it benefits their own narrative. The political fallout is already hitting hard. The RNC is now weaponizing Warren's "my kind of man" soundbite against other Democratic candidates across the country, creating a stain that is proving difficult to scrub clean. When reporters caught up with Warren outside an office building in Washington, she simply smiled, ignored the questions about her endorsement, and walked away. There was no apology, no clarification, and certainly no attempt to distance herself from the rhetoric of a man who mocks wounded veterans. This isn't just a localized scandal, it's a symptom of a larger issue within the political class. When leaders choose to ignore the vile behavior of their own allies because those allies fit a certain ideological mold, they lose the moral authority to call out others. By backing a man like Plattner, Warren has invited a level of scrutiny that she clearly isn't prepared to face. The question now is whether the voters of New England will tolerate this kind of selective morality, or if this will be the breaking point that shifts the tide in a critical Senate race. Plattner has tried to walk back his comments, citing PTSD and depression as if those conditions explain away his vitriol toward wounded soldiers. But the internet is forever, and the fact that he was once, and perhaps still is, a favored choice for an establishment senator says more about the current state of our leadership than his own apologies ever could. So, what do you think about this? Is this simply a lapse in judgment, or is it a window into the true priorities of the progressive wing of the Democratic Party? Are we seeing the hypocrisy of a system that attacks Christian symbols while embracing neo-Nazi imagery? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one, and I want to hear your perspective on this mess. We are watching a clear breakdown of accountability in real time. When a senator refuses to acknowledge the baggage of the candidates they uplift, they are essentially telling their constituents that the brand matters more than the person. Don't let the silence fool you. The lack of an answer is, in itself, a very loud response. Keep your eyes on the truth, stay informed, and we'll be here to break down exactly what happens next.